Hello, hello. May God bless you. May He prosper you this day. My name is Rick, and I am the cryptocurrency Watchman. Okay, guys, let's take a look at what we had for yesterday. XRP paid off really big yesterday. We were right about here. We were actually on this fourth green candle yesterday when I advised you guys to jump in. Look, if you wanted to wait for the confirmation, that was all well and good. And if you did, then you made out like a bandit. We had 15%. We had actually a little over 15% on this one yesterday. Now, if you sold and maybe got back in and you're still in, I would stay in. Looks like we might see some more numbers out of this. It's still on the way up a little bit. It's kind of fizzling out. If you're not in, I wouldn't get in right now because it may continue to go up. It's still kind of following this line. Looks like it's kind of testing the line. We had a little piercing through right here on the trend line. So keep an eye on it. You can see that looks like we have the beginning of another green candle. So you could see some confirmation, maybe some more numbers out of this one, but I would be leery about this one today. Okay, the next one is Stratus. We were right about here when we were looking at it yesterday. I told you to keep an eye, watch out for the retrace. It was on an upward trend. And I told you to watch out for the retrace, and sure enough, it occurred maybe about an hour, maybe a couple hours after I made the video, and we had the retrace. We had a little bit of a confirmation. Not really anything to be, any money to be made here, and it's now on a downward trend. So hopefully you guys, waited for the retrace to keep an eye on which way it was going to go. There was no indication to get, to show us that it was actually getting ready to drop the trend line. I drew the trend line on this, and it wasn't even touching the trend line up in here. But just, sometimes these coins they're just so volatile. That's why I tell you to always, look for your confirmations. Be conservative about jumping into some of these coins, because the volatility, it'll turn on you in a second and start dropping quick. And so Stratus didn't pay off anything for us yesterday, but hopefully you guys were looking for your confirmation, and since we never really got it, you didn't lose any money in this. So, all right. Okay, Scicoin. We were right about here yesterday. We're looking at Scicoin. I told you that that we're still on an upward trend on this one. I told you to keep an eye on the retrace, which we had a piercing here, punch through and tested and punched through any kind of trend line that we had going. Looks like we might have a little bit of a punching through right here too. If we drew a trend line across here, this is definitely dropping below the line. So this one's beginning to go down. But if you did get in, you might have pulled maybe 5% out of this one, and that's if you got in on the low end of this one. But yeah, not a whole lot out of Scicoin yesterday, but it's definitely going down now because it's punched through that trend line. So no more to be made out of this coin. Okay, the next one was Navcoin. We were right about in here, and we were looking at a big jump on the on the green candle, and I told you, if you want to be adventurous, go ahead and get in. You might be able to pull something out, but it was on its way down. I told you to keep an eye on the retrace. Hopefully you looked for your confirmation, and didn't jump in too quick. We had a doji here, which is an indication of a change, and it did. It went up just a little bit. It came down, and then again we had another doji, and which indicates of another change. We had the red candle, but then it started turning green. Now, from here to here, it doesn't look like much, but that's actually about 10%. That's about a 10% profit. If you waited for your confirmation, maybe you got to maybe about your third candle, that's a 5% profit on that right there. So, and then of course it went back down, started turning green, and of course we had another doji, an indication of a change, And if you waited for your confirmation about up in here, this is almost 5%. So, there was actually a couple opportunities to make a little bit of money off this coin, but nothing solid. I mean, to be honest with you, I probably wouldn't have jumped in on just this little jump right here. Um, I probably would have gone with another coin, but if you did, you made some profits yesterday. Okay, the next one is Sissy Coin. We were looking at this one yesterday. I told you to keep an eye on the retrace, and retrace it did. We had a pretty good drop on the retrace, really. I mean, there wasn't really much chance of this jumping back up, a slight chance, but we got about 5%. You might have made 5% if you jumped in at the bottom. You could have made 5% on this jump here, but it's just kind of fizzling out. Not a whole lot made on this one yesterday. I hope you guys look. I'm getting ready to. I'm putting together a teaching, guys, on these candles, to read your candles, to read how to use your trend lines. You can use Fibonacci and other things. I try to keep it simple. I use certain indicators. When I use my coinage chart, I use a trend line. I use the Stoke RSI and then the MACD, which is just my buy and sell on the trend lines, on the buy and sell lines. As far as indicators of direction, things like that, this one's a real good indicator of buy and sell. When it crosses, you can see that it's a buy, and then it gives you a good indication of selling. These are just simple indicators that you can use. If you use only Coinigy, your Bollinger Bands come in real handy. Of course, your buy and sell lines. I call them trend lines. I know that they're called something else, but I just try to keep it simple. But I also use my trend lines. I use my candles. I look for changes in these things. So I try to keep it simple, but it's a system that works out very well for me. And I don't lose money. Sometimes I break even, but I make money, so it works for me. And I was going to do a teaching on all this, show you my system. It's a very conservative system, but it's an effective system, and it makes money. So I'm going to put that out there. I'm not going to charge very much for it. It'll be about a 2-hour class, and just kind of lay things out to make you a better trader, especially for the day trading, because there's so much consistent money to be made on these day trades, and it really is a simple thing. If you just look for key signs, look for past trends, whether it's overbought, oversold, different things to look for. And so anyway, let's move on. Okay. I'm not real excited about a lot of about the coins today. I don't think that we're going to see any serious numbers out of anything today. You might be able to pull 5% out of, you know, 3 or 4 coins today. Just depending upon how much money you drop into each one is going to depend upon your profit. But we're not looking at a big money day today. Same as yesterday. Not a whole lot. Over the weekend was fantastic, but yeah, yesterday not a whole lot. Not a whole lot today either. But there is this is Arc Coin. You can actually trade this one on Bittrex. I only use Poloniex and Bittrex to trade on, and then I use Coinigy, to kind of connect the two. I can trade off of Coinigy on the other 2 platforms, but I prefer to go there separately and work it that way instead of having them trading directly off of Coinigy. But that's just me. That's just the way I am. But yeah, this is Arc Coin. You can see we're on a nice trend right here. Nice upward trend. It's continuing to go up. It's not. It started to test the line a little bit. You can see that it tested pretty good. We had a little bit of a punch through right here. But yeah, going all the way up and still climbing. So I think our coin would be a good one to get in today. You could see at least 5% for the day if you stayed in, and keep an eye on your trend line, and it doesn't pierce through. You could ride this one maybe for the next couple of days and pull some nice numbers out of this. So this is the only one that really shows any real potential today. Okay, the next one is pink coin. We had a pretty good jump pink coin. Looks like during the night into the early morning hours here. It had a retrace, had a little bit of a jump here. It looks like it's starting to kind of fizzle out a little bit. However, it could make another jump up. When you don't see these big, tall, quick spikes going up, a lot of times when it does that, you kind of get some consolidation. You don't see much out of it. But with a kind of gradual climb like this, especially a high climb, sometimes you see, you'll see a pretty good retrace and then another jump and even jump up higher than what we're seeing here. We may see that here today with a pink coin. So, keep an eye on the retrace and, you could see some more numbers out of this where, we have a little bit, we actually have a sell sign right now. So give us some time and see what it does. When you see the buy sign jump in, you might be able to pull a good 5, maybe 10% out of this one. Okay, our next one is made safe. Looks like we're on a nice little climb here. Um, this would definitely be one to get into, I believe, at least 5% out today. And this one may continue up. You may be able to ride this one for the next day or two, kind of like ArtCoin. It's on a nice little trend. You can see the trend line right here is kind of, is testing that line. It barely pierced through just a hair right here. And we may see, some higher numbers. It may drop a little bit, but as long as we don't pierce this trend line and we continue, with the up and down motion, you can ride this one and climb, I believe we're going to see it climb for at least the rest of the day. Okay, I wanted to make a mention of Stores Coin. This coin is making some serious jumps up and down. I mean, this is a day trader's dream right here. I mean, you can sit here and work this coin all day. Look at this. If you sat here and watched the charts, kind of keep an eye on it. Really get an up close view of these. You can catch them on the ups and low. The ups and downs, and make some nice little profits during the day. I mean, look at these jumps. Up and then down, and then nice little jump here. Even though I would have waited until we got here and then sold, and it looks like you could almost do this like all day with this coin because it's just some serious ups and downs. So if you're the kind of person that sits at the computer and keeps an eye on these things, I mean, I sit at the computer a good part of the day, but I'm also working on other projects and other things. So it's not like I can just sit here and and keep an eye on it. But some of you might be able to do that. So I just want to kind of mention that about. Okay, and then last but not least, Digibyte. Okay, I told you yesterday, and I'm telling you again, if you guys are in Digibyte, you better stay in Digibyte because Digibyte is going up and it's going to go big. It's going to go big. I can't say enough about this coin right now. Digibyte has had a ton of potential, and my friends and I we've been talking about this coin for a long time and about the potential of it. They took some hard hits here and there, and for one reason or another has kept it down. But Digibyte should be at $1 right now. I mean, there's no reason for Digibyte really to be as low as it is. It really doesn't make any sense, especially with the contracts that they have and the things that they're working on, with PlayStation and with Xbox, the encrypting that they're doing with the gaming and other things. Digibyte should easily be $1 coin, if not more. And I believe that it's Digibyte's time. I believe that it's going to continue to climb. Don't pay attention to all this up and down. If you want to ride it up and down and make your money and everything, that's all well and good. That's go for it. But me, I've got a lot of money in Digibyte. Not all my money is on the platforms. I got it spread on in other areas, but a certain amount of money I do trade on the platform, and I have the bulk of it right here in this coin. So you guys pray on it, decide what you're going to do, and my advice is stay in Digibyte. But, I'm not a financial advisor. I am Rick Nobody from nowhere. Okay? I'm just here to make recommendations, and you guys make your own decisions. I would pray on it and let the Lord lead you in what to do. Okay, guys, be blessed. Have a good day. Have an awesome day. Make some money. I hope you're prosperous. And send me some feedback, guys. Send me some feedback. I love that feedback. Thank you for your comments and your emails. Take care.